Ernie Johnson. What's happening there, EJ? How are you? Tiki and Tierney, welcome to our show.
Brandon, I'm doing great. Tiki, how you doing? Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you for being on. Your first thoughts when you hear about Craig? Obviously it's tough for everyone in the basketball community, but your relationship with him, I'm sure, it makes it even more tough.
Yeah, it's something that we've been, we've been following it, and it's been, for 2 years now. It's been an incredible fight, and you're encouraged in one moment when you see him come back on the air, and then that it's very tough. And I know the Real Sports folks came by my house the other day and to talk with me about what Craig has been through, and it's just very tough.
Yeah, we'll all keep our thoughts and prayers with him, obviously. It's a battle that a lot of people have faced, and we hope that he beats it.
Without question, and he's been through a fight that very few folks who have had cancer have gone through. The treatments that he's endured and the fight that he's shown, it's been something.
All right, let's lighten the mood a little bit. And of course, we certainly agree with that. I think it's probably time to send Chuck back to remedial touchscreen school. Hey, Chuck. I know this is.
It went so well in rehearsal too.
Did it really?
Never know that we had even looked at the board before that ever happened. But that's part of the. That's part of the charm that is Charles Barkley.
And the best part, Ernie, first of all, I thought your line was really good about how he's got the lotion on his hands. And, Kenny is hoping that it just devolves into something, just goes off the rails. The dynamic between those two, and I used the word maestro before, and I really do think that it fits. And I've said
be careful how you're throwing that term around.
Yeah, I hear you. But I think that you are the perfect guy for that show. I think you do a great job. Do you ever say to yourself, man, are we getting a little bit too far away from what they're actually paying us to do here? Does that, as the quarterback, you ever think about that?
Every now and then. I think I used to a little bit,
yeah.
But not so much anymore, because I think the show kind of evolved to a place where it was acceptable to kind of go off the beaten path a little bit. I think the first few times it happened back in the early 2000s, I was like, wow, can we do this? And then I guess the response from people kind of indicated, yeah, we can do it. That if a game we're covering that particular night isn't really that compelling, it's okay to talk about anything else. So, it's kind of worked. And you know what? We all come at the game from such different angles, and everybody's got a different background, but everybody's still really themselves, and that's why I think it works with me and Kenny and Chuck and on the NBA side when Shaq is with us.
Mm-hmm. So to the great Ernie Johnson. Ernie, he's got a small trophy case of Emmys, and he's with Turner. And by the way, TBS, big news for you guys. TBS is going to televise the Final Four, the national semis on Saturday. Teak and I will be out there for that. We'll be there Monday as well. For the first time in the event's 78-year history, the title game is going to be on cable. And you guys have it. I mean, this is no small thing, man. What a coup for TBS.
No, it's huge for us. It really is, guys, and everybody at TBS very excited about that. And we knew this day would come. We didn't know exactly when it was going to happen when we reached the agreement with CBS and Turner to put all the games on, CBS, TBS, TNT, True TV, which I think has been. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was brilliant. And I think for basketball fans, while they may have looked at it originally and said, "Oh, I don't know if this is going to work," I think it's got to be almost unanimous that people love the fact that every game is on somewhere where you can watch it and not have to hope that, I hope CBS cuts into this game because I'd like to see how my team is doing and I'm on the road traveling. So I think it's really been great, and to have the Nets cut down in one shining moment on TBS this year, it's just awesome.
Yeah, no, that song is amazing. You're right. Now, Ernie, your job is one of the greatest in sport, because you just basically get to have a good time. You talk sports as well, but you have a great time. But when you look on the court, do you have a favorite? Do you have an expectation? Who do you think is going to be there playing on Monday?
Well, my bracket is looking really good in the NIT, but there was a ceremonial fire set to my bracket long ago. But I think when I look at what's going on so far, I mean, you got the four number one seeds still here, and really giving no indication that they didn't deserve to be there. I think all four number one seeds have done that. But I look at teams that are playing great right now. I think Gonzaga's really been impressive. What they did to Utah to get to the Sweet 16, I think, is good. I think Indiana, with that showdown against Kentucky, showed me something there. So I really do like the way this is shaping up. And then when you throw into the mix those games like Texas A&M the other night, how they won that game, it makes you think, geez, is something going to happen here special for the Aggies? So, I picked Virginia when it started, so I still have them in there.
Thank you. So did I.
We'll see if that run lasts.
See, I knew I liked you, Ernie. You picked my alma mater.